The peace movement, which addresses the issues of war and peace depending on the immediate or potential impact on the interests of North Americans or Europeans. Too often the anti-war movement positions itself as a loyal opposition engaged in anti-war activity as a means of registering disagreement with a particular war as a policy decision of one or another U.S. administration. In this way, they liquidate the fact that imperialism is not a policy, but a system that necessarily breeds war. The view of war as simply a policy also means that too often anti-war movements only recognizes those wars that are declared significant by the imperialists themselves. Such wars are those currently initiated against Afghanistan, Pakistan, and Iraq, and constantly threatened against Iran and Korea. In addition, various organizations within the peace movement engage in anti-war activities primarily to build within their own organizations. Our view is that it's not enough just to be for peace. We see wars like those in Iraq and Afghanistan as symptoms of imperialism itself, and Black is Back as opposed to imperialist peace. One that does not disturb the relations of power between the oppressed and the warmongering imperialist oppressor. We are not just about opposing a particular policy of imperialism, we are about opposing imperialism itself. The essential wars that imperialism has been making have been against Black and non-white world in the U.S. and abroad. These wars are generally not acknowledged by imperialists. This is the main reason why U.S. and the anti-imperialist movement or anti-war movement does not deal with what happens in Africa and in places like Colombia and African countries and Mexico and right here in the United States. And right here, people of African and Mexican descent are persecuted right here in the United States, and also the Native people who are forced to live in reservations. We believe that these other wars are real wars. It is for this reason that we are calling for all freedom-loving opponents of war and imperialism to attend our national conference on the other wars, scheduled for next weekend, Saturday, March 26th in Washington, D.C. We are calling on all Black and all other people, youth, students, immigrants, trade unionists, community and human rights activists, all those opposed to imperialism and violence and oppression to join us in raising up the public view of the other wars, as well as the wars that traditionally are announced in the media. Black is back. Uhuru.